Daily B 62. Here we go. What are we talking about? You got to watch and find out. Hey, this is Brian from Wright732.com and fitin.com, PHITIN.com. So, here's the thing. You want to call yourself something with a definitive term. So, you give yourself like titles. And the problem is that sometimes we give ourselves a name that's associated with what we want to be versus what we actually are. So, you can't call yourself a fighter if you don't actively fight. You can't be a painter if you don't paint. You can't be a writer if you don't write. You can't be a businessman if you're not doing business. So whatever it is you're going to identify with and that you're going to share with the world, is that's what you are. That's what you're going to put in your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook page, whatever, how you're going to put it on your business card, what you're going to shake hands as. If you're not actively doing that and that's your primary function in life, that's the thing that's getting you by, that's giving you security, that's creating your relationships, that's doing everything for you, you can't say that. You know, there are a lot of people out there that say they're fighters in particular that don't fight. They don't train. They don't do anything. There are people that call themselves businessmen, and it's like just because you own a business or you work for a business doesn't mean you're a business person, because you're just not a practitioner. You know, a lot of us are just robots going through life instead of actually engaging in the process. So that's really the main point here is don't lie to the world and don't lie to yourself and ignore the reality of what's going on. If you really want to be something, your entire life has to map towards that. So again, as a martial arts and fitness coach, I can, really delve deep into that when it comes down to like the fighting side of it. So if you say you're a fighter to the world, but you're not living to be the best fighter, you really don't have the ability to say that. You know, if you're not eating right, if you're not training consistently, if you're not getting your rest, if you're not working on your mindset, if you're not refining your technique, if you're not watching footage, if you're not planning for the next bout, if you don't have a career mapped out, if you're just a guy who trains here and there, buys the cool gear, shows up on fight day sometimes, like, come on, you're just lying to yourself. If whatever you're going to be, you have to affect your daily activity to go towards that. So if you are something, whatever it is you're aspiring to be, you should have a huge end goal that you're working towards, or a top of the mountain for that. You know, you might want to win a title. You might want to open up a business and make a certain amount of money. You might want to get recognition for artwork that you're doing, or you might want to paint X amount of pieces, or you want to write the greatest book. Whatever. If you're a consultant, you may want to bag, 100 clients. Whatever. We all have these goals and aspirations that are, working back to this thing we define ourselves at. But again, you have your definition, and then you have the top of the mountain. But in between is what's going to decide if you get to that top of the mountain. So if your daily activity is not mapping towards the top of the mountain, you are not what you say you are. You are lying to yourself. You are lying to the world. So when you sit down and you go to do something, or you get up and go to do something even better, when you're going to look at the decisions you're making, they have to map towards the top of the mountain. If it's something that's going to be a step back, don't do it. If it's going to keep you where you are, don't do it. If it's going to keep you going up towards your goal, do it. That's the way we have to live. That's the way people that are actually defined by their dreams, their aspirations, and their goals live. That's how successful people operate. You have a top of the mountain. It may change due to experience, due to, better understanding, whatever. But you always have to have a vision of the top of the mountain, and you always have to be mapping your life towards that. From the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed, you should be mapping your life towards the success that you want. You need to be generating momentum. So when you sit down to waste time flipping through the phone or playing a game or reading nonsense or just zoning out and not paying attention, you've got to always see down the road, up the mountain, have your future like mapped out so you can see it and you can get motivated to cut the crap and get back to moving forward. Because until you get to the top of the mountain, there's really nothing else you can do. If you really are what you say you are, your desire to get to the top of the mountain is going to be overwhelming, and it's going to create the energy necessary to not lose focus, to not waste time, to not fabricate situations. You're going to have an authentic and real situation that is moving towards the top, period. So if you want to call yourself something, you have to be a practitioner. You just can't be a talker. You've got to be a practitioner. That's why I'm on here every day, because I tell people I run a vlog. I have to post. I am a consultant. I have to consult. I am a teacher. I have to teach. I have to have clients. I have to have students. I have to have relationships that are furthering my goal. So when I have free time, I am focusing on developing my projects. I am focusing on my family, which is why I do my projects, which is why I have the definitions that I do, so that I can create the security that I want in a way that's going to keep me balanced and happy so I can be the best at home. That's what it's all about. You want to talk about work-life balance, all this. People look at it as like time and money. Well, I'll work 9 to 5 and I'll get paid X amount of money. Well, you're just a robot. You're a worker. You're not doing crap. If you really want to find a work-life balance, you have to work in a way that makes you satisfied and secure. And that will balance out everything else. Simple as that. Don't do the shit you don't want to do. Do the shit you want to do. Figure out how to make money off of it. Figure out how to create security with it. And then take that and apply that to your, personal relationships, and everything else is good. Seriously, it's not that hard. It really is that simple. Have a strong understanding of where you want to go. If you want to define yourself by it, good. But you better be mapping every day towards it. Don't be that full of crap guy standing at the bar telling everybody what a amazing something he is, but then when you find out that he really is just a 9 to 5 worker who watches a lot of YouTube and just has read a lot of Wikipedia pages to know about what he's talking about, but he's full of crap, don't be that person. Today's day and age, with the amount of information that's out there, everyone's transparent. There really are no secrets. You can find out pretty much anything from anyone. We all live our lives on these digital platforms, between Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. We all know who we are, where we are, what's going on. So if you're going to sit there and you're going to fabricate, it's just not going to fly. People are going to be able to find out what's actually up. So you may be a rock star for 15 minutes, but the minute they pick up their phone and look you up, you're exposed. You're the poser. You're the faker. And how do you get the trust back after that? You can't. So don't lose trust with the world. Gain the world's support and trust by being your most authentic self. Define yourself with authentic and real actions. Understand what your real passions are and live according to that. Be that. Define yourself by that. Define your top of the mountain by that. Got it? All right. Be real. Later.